Ready? Holy cow. How's everybody doing today? We're back playing some Everything is Crap. Just ever so slightly loud, and I wish my audio didn't stop. There we go, that's better. Doing well? Good. Glad to hear it. I don't think I'm ready for that yet, honestly. Let's just jump into it, the new run. Oh, also, I should hydrate. You said hydrate, I will do so. We're on pressure 5, which I kind of forgot about, but hopefully we can do some cool stuff. Also, I learned today that there's integration for Twitch with this game, and hopefully, I'm not sure exactly how it works yet, but hopefully when we get to the point where we can evolve, you guys can vote on a poll in chat about it, and then it'll tell the game that's what we're going to pick. And hopefully that's all automatic, because I'm not really sure how it works yet. So, we're learning. It's a learning experience. Ooh, what do we want to splice today? Let's just do the standard one, why not? Yas, crab! Hi, Vinny. We are indeed crabbing it up. Okay, so did that give you guys a poll? Did that post a poll in chat for you guys? I don't see it on OBS. I also don't see it anywhere else. So, maybe we do this instead. Did that put anything in there? Oh. Interesting. Okay, so I've got to actually do that. Well, coins. Channel coins. What did we get? I don't know how any of that worked. Especially because it didn't work. Right, see, it says that there's a poll, and that should just pop up on the stream, as far as I'm aware. But then, like, nothing happens. Interesting. That'll be something to mess around with, I think. You see, the weird part is that I would think that mobile would be where they would show it more than anything else. Then again, it might be chat specific. So like if you can't see the chat and you're only watching my video feed, that might be part of it. Why is the poll not appearing at all though? Is the thing. Because that last one that actually pulled up a poll, that was me making a poll for it. And with the thing where it just pops up like that, makes me feel like it should do it automatically. Hey, Lymphow's here. Hi, buddy. We're trying to figure out stuff. That's so... Okay, hold on. I'm sure that there's a way to go about this. Is there an extension, maybe? Aha! Okay, that might work a little better now. So sorry about there being like no sound. I haven't figured out why that's also the case. But let's try this again. Yeah. Poll is ended. Did it do a thing? Can you just like click on like directly for it? How'd that work, Planetarium Carpet? Did it just let you click on the screen? Because if so, that's fucking cool. I want Jaws. I can't vote. Planet is still the god of the crab universe. How'd you get it to work? I want to know. I am Elder God made flesh. He is the Crabkin. Ooh, we're gonna die from poison. Yep. Because she didn't hit goal, I got refunded all my coins. Yes, that is exactly the case. Fortunately, the community challenge will let me know how much you guys spent overall once the once the goal is actually over. So I was able to see how much we actually did, and I made a new goal that is much more reasonable. You guys should actually hit this next one. So. Okay, let's try this again. We'll see if we can get other people to get the overlay to work. Because you could only drop 2K at a time. Yeah, that was part of the problem. I didn't realize there was a limit on it. Some of your tech priestess wife to help. I think she's working is the problem. Hitting you with a fly swatter didn't put up a notif for me. Did I not? Did I really not? You're absolutely right. I forgot to hit send. Oops. Whoops. Pointing, and shame. You love us? Ooh. Okay. You guys try some stuff. Click on everything. Click all the buttons. Cheek pouch. That's a pretty good one. Oh, that's our guy. Whoops. This is kind of fun. I like it. Like, I realize that we haven't figured out how the voting quite works yet, but that's because Planetarium Carpet won't share his secrets. Is that what it is? It's browser only. That's a little disappointing, but could be worse, I guess. Only works on computer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it makes sense. It'd be really cool if it worked on mobile, though. That'd be super neat. Ah! Ow. Now, the part that I know will work is that sometimes those alpha enemies will be named, and they'll be named either people who have, like, 100% of the game or something like that, or active viewers in my channel. So that part I know will work for sure for everybody. But Oh, my talking head covers the whole timer. Hold on. Let's move me. I just noticed that. I should wait a bit to pick so it's more suspenseful. I mean, do what you want, buddy. See? Snow Wolf. There was a named enemy. I saw one. Darwin wins, Snow Wolf. I have so many eyes. I will devour you. Your strength gives me strength. Ooh, a legendary. It's charm, though, and I'm not huge on charm. Although, I am also not in control. Chonky. Big. He big. I am the captain now. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, that was not a good mushroom. Whoops. It's going to be funny when somebody does eventually jump on a computer to start voting against Planetarium Carpet, and then we'll have to, like, see what happens when there's a tie. Ooh, this is new. That's cool. Pick number 3, my lord. Our stream, the Russian national anthem plays. Hilarious. Your wish is granted. Well, thank you. Uh-oh. How dare you eat our friend? I guess we'll go in the desert. Why not? It's nighttime. I suppose I could... So, there's options to make it to where the poll doesn't just force me to do it. I suppose since it doesn't work on mobile, we could make it... I think I can extend the poll duration, and then we could just make it to where everybody can just chat, and I'll just count up the votes. Yeah, I'll fiddle with the settings after we either beat this level or die. Sprint. We go fast. I'm fine with him driving the bus. I mean, yeah, but we want to make it inclusive too, you know? Just because you're watching on mobile doesn't mean that you shouldn't be involved, you know? Nice. Oh, crab tour in the sand? I don't know about that one. I don't know what prolific does, but that's what that mushroom was a prolific mushroom. I don't know. This is kind of fun. This adds an element of uncertainty to this game that I don't think it was missing necessarily, but is certainly a bit different, I guess. You know. Ow. Take that, crap tard. Oh, I was out of the way of that. That was bonk. Dead crab tar. Keep in mind you can also upgrade stuff too, or reroll. Ooh. We want some scales, huh? Well, Limfow wants scales. And why doesn't that surprise me? Okay, branching evolution time. You know, I know that I was the one that designed that, but every time that I see my little winking dragon, the only thing I can think of is, was it a Taco Bell thing? I don't remember, but it was that old commercial that was like, here, lizard, 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 lizard. Dodged. Get shit on. We haven't seen another It's amazing. You never heard that? God, I don't remember where it's from. I really want to say it was like a Taco Bell commercial or something. And I don't remember the context of the actual commercial. I just remember the sound. You know what I mean? Like I just remember that sound bite. It lives in my head rent free. Here, lizard, lizard, lizard. Ooh, a legendary trunk now. Snooty tooty. Like the weird Quiznos squirrel? Yeah. Can't vote I'm not on PC. That's okay. Like I said, we'll fix that here in a second. Well, in however long it takes us to be done with this run, I guess. I charmed the target, apparently. Ooh, a purple fruit. Nice. Why don't I make votes before it happens? Yeah, I think my poll speed is too fast for one. And if I made the polls myself, they don't come through on the overlay. So I just gotta mess with some settings. Make it like 30-35 seconds. Yeah, see right now I think it's only like 20 seconds. And it must be off a little bit, right? Because when the poll starts on my end, it's already behind for you guys. So like I'm gonna need to bump it up for sure. But you know, live and learn. Honestly, kind of forgot that we had a trunk attack again. Beware wants our butt. I want to see more guys with viewer names. Or with people names, I guess. They're not all viewers, but... The votes have decided. Oh, there's one like right over here. Ooh, a tree. Oh, not quite. Let's rest up in this hole here. Did we get any? Ooh. Largeness goes first. Gotta be big. Why are you mad at us? See those dodges? Ooh, so good at this game. Oh, that was bad on my end. Got me there? Come on. Hey. I wasn't done with him. Arms. Back here, you stupid rabbit thing. As your strike, there was another person. Ow! Why is everybody trying to eat me now? Oh, the capybara is gonna make him real mad, real big mad. Oh shit! Well, I was not paying attention. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so we want suggest, not force, and we want maximum pull duration. Some alphas may appear as named enemies. They are a combination of your active viewers, players who 100% guilded the playtests and or demo prior to release. There we go. Okay. Alright, now the poll speed is longer, so it should help out a little bit. And it doesn't force me into a thing, so we can wait a little bit for everybody to actually vote in chat if you so choose. We want more alphas so that we get more named people. Okay. So those of you on mobile can actually like say something in chat now, and I will take your votes into account because I can choose instead of the game forcing it on me, or at least that's the way it should work. Planetarium, you were a huge help. Thank you so much. You can still vote, too. Like, it'll still take your vote into account. Well, I mean, not anymore. The poll's ended, but... Well, we got one vote for eyeball. Or you can type in chat like everybody else, you know? Either way, whatever. Oh, didn't see the thing? Gotcha. Did it pop up this time? Three for dexterous. Dexterous it is. Have you guys seen Jimothy? He's so cute. The poor raccoon is probably not having a great time because of his medical issues, but oh my god, is he adorable. Beware's coming for us, I can tell. Seen other animals with the shortened spine syndrome. He's so fucking cute. Yeah, dude, he really is. It's like planetary carpet's going for carapace. Is carapace for crab? No. It's shell for crab, I believe. Which, if we get carapace, we can't get shell. Two for carapace then. Deal. Turtle time. That's mine. That mushroom wasn't poison. Oh, we need a tiebreaker. Finny's the tiebreaker. Outvoted this time, planetary carpet. Horns it is. We are quite the monstrosity. As long as everybody has fun. Not everybody else, everybody. Gotta include yourself. Oh, damn. That guy must have been weakened already. Regen. 2 for regen. 3 for regen. I know there's a lot of food out there, but we're going to be really slow in the water, and I really don't want to get caught unaware or doing a boss. It is nighttime. Nocturnal might not be the worst pick, but horns, level 2. Two for horns. No, go away. Does Nocturnal have drawbacks in daytime? It shortens the daytime. It makes the nighttime longer, and then the daytime shorter. Because there's other stuff that'll do, like, extra damage at night, or extra damage during the day, stuff like that, you know. He big. Ooh, another mud puddle. No, he got in the hole, damn it. A bird in a hole is worth 2 in the bush or something. Me? I was attacking the guy that you were attacking. Oh. I think I know what's gonna happen here, but... Chonga! Ooh. This time Planetarium's the tiebreaker. Dexterous or stomach? Or anybody else, I guess. Hawkwards, you haven't voted yet. I need a tiebreaker. Stomach. Stomach it is. I'd really like it if this alpha bird could get out of his little home. Did I not get any regen while we were in there? What the heck? How do I keep just like barely being in the range for that? I don't get it. Planetariums, BRB, you're good, man. That's my choice as well. Not bad, nomadic. More points of interest is always nice. Ooh, crab. Do we just default to always taking crab? We can't be full crab because we can't get a shell since we already have the carapace, but still. I think we should go for legs. That's just me. See how much faster we are now? Boom! That was a significant upgrade, actually. Two for horns. You trying to throw a rock at me? Ah, you little bastards. Took the good one, too. We could do the elephant thing again. Regen it is. No, I missed him again, damn it. Ow. That guy hurt real bad. Fast. Ow! Ow! Damn cat. It's a good thing I dodged that. I think I would have died. Ah, damn it, I did die. Fart. Self-control is hard. I wanted to say other words, but I didn't. I controlled myself. We're gonna be a vegan this time. Just because I don't know if I've done that yet. Ooh. Lucky off the bat with a legendary eyes already. More mass at epic level is also pretty cool. More eyes I don't think is a crab thing, but I also don't not think it's a crab thing, you know? He big. Now what? More mass. Just immediately big largue. Horns again. I do like leech, but it's not as synergistic with the mass as horns are. Horns it is. Hawkwords. If you would like to vote, type in your thing, and I will, because I can choose now. Planetary Carpet's back. He would like Forager. Vinny's voting for Forager. Looks like Forager is going to be it. Ooh, this is an interesting choice, actually. Planetary Carpet wants us to keep getting big. I don't disagree. We got another named enemy. Fire Eye, thanks for attacking me, I guess. 2 for horn. 3 for horn. And that's a majority. Yeah, we make friends with a predator. Ooh, okay. I'll let you guys vote on this one too. Ability increase, physical increase, or 10% of a random stat. Minus 10% attack penalty. I don't know what that means, but it's cool. Ooh, a delicious mushroom. Charm is actually kind of useful this time because we can't, like, there's no reason for us to attack stuff directly unless it's trying to attack us. So whiny crab. Why not? Pea shotter. Oh, this is an actual, like, dilemma choice. These are all things we have, so. Fat. Chonky. Well, somebody's going to be fighting lymph out for this one. Really? Well, okay. Oh, I see what he did there. No, I don't want any. Stop. Where the heck did all of my, like, points of interest go? There's one. A refreshing mushroom. Scales, subcutaneous fat, or regenerative tissue. Fat. This is the last level of it, too. And +3 regen. Greatly increase one random stat or gain 5 mutagen points. I love our little freak. Eat it. Ah, it made us bigger. Good. I would like to successfully identify mushrooms, please. Mass level 3. He big. We're not like as big as possible yet, but he big. Ow! Dick. Got a boss coming up pretty quick, I think, too. Two for reach. 3 for reach. Well, he messed up our turtle friend, but we got him. Our buddy had hands. Yeah, the turtles are they're pretty beefy. Ooh, we've got a vote for Slither, and we've got a vote for Legs. Limphal, you're my tiebreaker. Legs it is. Ow. It's chunky time. Do we just gain a level? Or do we strictly increase our physical damage? Level it is. Vinny made the executive decision. Got 1 for scales. Ooh, many for scales. Okay. Become Croc. Oh, that was bad on my part. Bad aiming. My apologies. I don't want to kill our beautiful monstrosity here. HP. Well, that gives that away, doesn't it? Shell is crab. Grab time. Ah! Ooh. Legendary stomach or level 2 scales. Got 1 for stomach. 2 for stomach. 3 for stomach. Yeah, that's it. Ah! More HP, that was good. Ow. You shouldn't have done that, cat. Tummy time. Ooh, level 2 shell. You can also re-roll or upgrade as well. Shell is grabbed. Fair enough. Ow! I missed. This guy hits hard. Chunk. 2 for Chunky. Oh, we leveled up again, damn. More scales. Phew, got him. Do it, come on. Shower time? I don't know what that means. Big chunk. Oh, you're okay. All right. That yes, literally shower time. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, we'll see you later, buddy. We're so big. Why is anything attacking me? Ooh, we could upgrade again. Get better level 3 scales. Planetary Carpet would like to do that. Alright. Saliva, scuttle, or scales? Two for scales. Scales it is. Oh, we got another one. What do we specialize in? Damage mitigation or basking? Every 8 seconds on sand during the day, gain a percentage of the progress needed to level up. So 10% of our heat adaptation, we get XP. Or, on contact taken, stun the attacker for 0.5 seconds. And the duration scales with pre-damage plating, which we don't really have any of, I think. Basking seems really good. Yeah, honestly, that does sound pretty good. Definitely a crocodile now. Or an alligator? No, crocodile. They're the ones in Australia. Legendary fruit? Sick. Shellless crab. And we can't level up anymore. Okay, this is a new choice. Antenna, regenerative tissue, or muscular tissue. Oh, nope. Antenna is crab. We want more crab, right? I'm supposed to just always pick crab. Alright, more crab it is. Get him, turtle! I'm so big I get stuck on shit that I don't think I'd get stuck on. Ooh, they got me with the poison. I didn't like that. Got him. Pollinator? Planetary Carpet votes for Pollinator. We've got a vote for Wings. Hawkward, you still there? I need a tiebreaker. How about this? I'm going to be mean. Choose again! Alpha. Go for size. Hey, big. Can everybody please just leave me alone? Was so big. Got more physical stats. Oh, mushroom. What do you do? No effects. Great. And a refreshing one. Ooh. Oh, I kind of want legs, though. This one's actually a bit of a difficult choice. Legs? That's 2 for legs. Ah, go away. We charmed the alpha. That's pretty cool. Spicy is fine. Ooh. Another kind of hard one. Although legs is crab, technically. I am pretty slow. That's true. The bigger we get, the slower we get. But alpha big? Yeah, it's a tough choice. Planetarium carpet says alpha. Big? Alright. We have 200 HP. Larg. Yes, I will take another ally. Thank you. Ooh, robust again. I think at this point that is kind of an auto pick, isn't it? Aw, poor alpha fish man. It's daytime, so we want to be in the sun. Alpha? Last level of alpha? You already know. How alpha can you get? This is as alpha as I can get. The level 3. We're so big. We have almost 500 HP. So legs is crab, and antenna is crab, for sure. Planetarium carpet's voting for legs. Vinny says legs. And then we take arthropod because that's our crab choice. We're so big. Medicinal. I need health. Are you coming at me? should draw this guy once it's done. Hell yeah. I'll save the guy and post a screenshot. For sure. No crab? Not this time. No option for crab this time. Vegan? Sure. We're so big, dude. Oh, like after the run is done, I could just take, like, there's a button to just take a screenshot of the thing. So I'll just post it after we're done. With such a shiny shell, yeah. Regen. We're leveling up so freaking fast now, holy cow. Scuttle is crab. I don't like Scuttle though, is the problem. It's not a good dash. But it's got a shorter cooldown. Ha! Prune Bane. Get it and turn it off. Yeah, I think so too. It's got a faster cooldown, but like, oh, it's just shorter dash too. I didn't notice that. Antenna is crab? Antenna is crab, yes. It is the 3rd level of reach though, and we could upgrade it. Planetary carpet votes for reach. Yeah, upgrade it, then take reach. That's pretty good. A sundial? We want more time in the sun. Even more legs. This one's crab, so we gotta take it, right? Can everyone go away? Holy cow. Leave me alone. Something big died over here. A couple of somethings big. How slow are we in the water? Not very, actually. Increase max HP, duh. We've got so much of it. Uh-oh. Claudia. I hate you, Claudia. Went down like a glass, bitch. You're the same size? I know, we're huge. We're so big, dude. So we got Pollinator, Wings, Ruminant, or we could reroll. Planetary Carpet says Pollinator. So far. I think this is good as well, because we're already a vegan, which means we want to find both the points of interest and more vegetation. Please not wing so it's easier to draw. Fair. Fair enough. Where'd that stupid spider go? There we go. We're so big, dude. Maverick? Wrong franchise. Get him, cat. Must have already gotten that sundial. More legs again. Danger Zone plays in the distance. I missed that one. Stop shooting stuff at me. Stop shooting stuff at me. Thank you, turtles. Got 2 for eyes, 1 for plating. I think it's everybody, actually. I think you're outvoted, Awkwards. I'm so big I accidentally kill my own guys because I can't, like, I can't get them out of the way. I'm just too big. Pollinator, we gotta vote for Pollinator. 2 for Pollinator. Pollinator it is. Tummy time. Eat even faster. I mean, yeah, 120% feeding speed seems pretty good. Alright, you've convinced me. It would help if we were small enough that I could see the things before we ate them. But Pollinator seems really out of place for the creature size. Yeah, I could see that, but you also, you got to take into account, like, as a desert creature, the seeds of plants and stuff are probably like fairly hardy. So it's probably like seeds are getting stuck in my scales and then I spread them around and that's how we're pollinating. You know? Not like a bee necessarily. Antenna. Got 1 vote for antenna. We got 1 vote for pollinator. Vinny, it's back to you. You're my tiebreaker. Pollinator, you got it. Hydrate, I just did. You didn't hear me drinking? I'll do it again though. Everything's happening. Okay, I have a break. Okay. Okay, hydrated. Legs. It's the last one too. Actually. Better legs. One for eyes, 1 for antenna, 2 for eyes. I want these mushrooms. Too many eyes. I take it back. Hardens. We can make it legendary too. Two for horns. We're so beefy. Jamalio. Yes, I would like to be friends with a turtle. I would like to be friends with 2 turtles. The Crabkin! We made it to the Crabkin? Holy shit! Do we just go for the Crabkin upgrade? I don't think these are going to help us all that much. I guess maybe the healing. That actually might not be too bad. Crabkin versus Crab Lord? Yeah. Out of the way! Astro crits. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There we go. Ooh, Foragers actually wouldn't be too bad right now, too. Got 1 for Extremophile, 1 for Forager. Benny, you're my tiebreaker again. too late. I'm picking forager. Oh, it didn't give us an extremophile upgrade this time. That's interesting. Horns? Yeah, that's more damage. I keep getting stuck on stuff. Okay, here's a good choice. Extremophile or Strength in Numbers. Help your buddies, they're helping you. You guys gotta stop splitting the vote. Ow. More eyes for dodge buff? That does sound like a good idea, yes. We're so big, it's just hard to dodge anything. Yeah, I'm stuck! Woo! We did it, chat! We did it! You guys did it, really. That was awesome. That was great. And then I can take us. Whoa. 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 What's going on here? Okay. Alright. You know what? Here. We'll just do this right now. Halt everybody's horses. Okay. 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 There we go. Nice job, everybody. Options picked as well. Yes, if I can figure out how to do that. Nope. I swear to God, there was a way to see like your last run. Unknown. Definitely horns, eyes, legs, shell, and scale. And then size. job, everybody. That was awesome. That was pretty sweet. And we unlocked pressure 6. Starting biome is random this time. Oh, I don't know if I showed this off the last time. This is why our horns look different. We've got Crabtar's horns. We could also get goat horns if we discover all the animals in the bestiary, which I didn't know we hadn't done yet. A lot of them are like paid cosmetics, but Shredder's Revenge. That's funny. Gotta do a lot of challenges for all this. But that's okay. Yeah. Pressure 6. Thank you guys so much. That was great. I'm gonna throw up my BRB screen. Just do a little stretching and whatnot, and we'll come back with another run here in just a couple minutes. Hello, everybody. We're back again. More. Everything is crab. Tier 6 difficulty. So let's do specializations 1 level earlier. And I mean, ambivalence pretty cool. Chunk. Get big again? Hell yeah. Planetarium says spines. I think I'm gonna go with spines this time. If only because of this right here. Tail, fur, or plated? Tail it is. Oh, too late. Ultimate tank build. Do we go outlier and just get a random legendary? Hey, look at that, plating. Everything worked out in the end. Plating again. Scavenger, tail level 2, or leech. Dealer's choice. Well, then I'll go with planetary carpet. We'll get level 2 tail. Regen. Chunk level 2, or we could get detachable tail as an ability, or scales. Scales does lock us out of exoskeleton though, which is crap. Junk. Junk it is. A delicious mushroom. Immune system, elusive, or stinger. So poison res, we could get smaller, but it does increase our dodge. Or stinger is an attack. Planetarium carpet says poison resist. Poison it is. More junk. It's really too bad we don't have any mutagen points. We could upgrade it, but could be worse. Jonke. Is that guy bringing me food? That's awesome. No, we ate a deafening mushroom. Spines, elusive, or immune system? Spines. Nice. Fungoid, cortex, or leech? Chunky mushroomy boy. Crabbaroo? I don't like this guy. Oh, the turtle kicked his ass. Pollinator alpha or tentacles? Planetarium carpet says tentacles. Interesting. You don't want to get bigger? Some size may be lost, but tentacles is new. Fair enough. It's not like we can't pick up alpha later. Tentacles level 2, or we could get more tail stuff. Or more eyes. Probably around the time everybody's headed home from work, so we might not hear anything from anybody else for a hot minute. On PC, can't talk. I'm on PC now. How do I vote in a poll? So when I click the thing and it pops up, there's a little timer, and you should just be able to literally click on the button that you want. Like, it should just allow you to click on the thing, like on my on your screen on my stream, if I'm not mistaken. Shell is crab. There's a little poll result thing on the left. Click the vote button there. There you go. We've got one vote. We got one vote. Something wrong on your end? Maybe. I don't know. It could be counted as a pop-up, but I don't know. Shell. Yeah, more crab. Exoskeleton is crab. So we got one person voted. Can't talk today for whatever reason. I don't see anything on my end that should be limiting it. But then again, I also can't see the overlay at all on my end, so there is that. Crap. Ooh, a legendary trunk. Or we could get saliva or stomach, which we could also upgrade to purple. Epic. Trunk it is. Ah, too late. Still trying to figure out what's going on here. It's probably quick because there is a bit of a delay between when it happens for me and when it shows up for you guys. But I did increase the pole a length to the maximum, so I've given you as much time as I can. Everybody just leave me alone. fungi. Ooh. So we go, each of our poison ticks can charm enemies, which we don't do any poison damage. Or, on damage, reduced fungoids next spawn cooldown by 5 seconds. That does look pretty good. Regenerative tissue, antlers, or pescivore. Reroll. All right. Oh, legendary trunk level 2. Not a bad reroll. Please Twitch, let me click. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I have the overlay activated and everything I can see says that it's working. I've had it, I'm just dumb. I am sorry. Ow! At least you found it though. Ooh, this is a good one. Some days me too, man. Oh shit, I didn't mean to click that. Whoops. I'm so sorry. I can't go back. No. Whoops. We're a burrower on accident. That was absolutely just a misclick on my part. I apologize. The death of democracy. I'm sorry. Okay, alright. I'm not touching nothing. Not till the poll's over. Okay. He big it is. Actually, we're gonna do that to be even bigger. As an apology for getting a thing wrong. Daytime! We could also level up. Get a legendary fungoid. Vote again. I call for a recount. You dicks. Runoff failed. Mushrooms. Wotan. He big. Ooh. We don't want hollow bones, obviously, because we're going for a tanky. Spines. That's what I was thinking too. Poisonous spines, or detachable spines that trigger on dodge as well. We have 0% dodge. Does that influence the choice? Can't dodge at all. Well, so that's the auto dodge. I can still like physically get out of the way of stuff. We could get a different ultimate. Courting replaces our burrowing that I accidentally clicked on. Or level 3 tail. Somebody wants to reroll. I'm gonna go with the reroll. See, that was kind of worth it, because I'd rather have more eyes, because then we get a little bit of dodge. Also, Jaws would probably be pretty good as a secondary attack at this point. Our physical damage is pretty good. Yeah, 17.1. Although our ability's not too much farther behind, I guess. We're at 147% size. Fungoid level 4.
Judging by how this is counting down, I think by the time we get to level 5 Fungoid, our cooldown will only be somewhere around 5 seconds. So if we get hit while Fungoid's on cooldown, it'll just spawn a mushroom right then. More or less, which is fun. Fungoid it is. Nice. Hey, our tail's coming in, finally. We could get a prehensile tail. That would be kind of hilarious if you think about it, because we have a trunk and tentacles already. And technically a tail already as well, I guess. But, like, if we add the prehensile tail, that means we have a trunk, tentacles, and a prehensile tail, which are all generally the same shape of thing. Very long appendages club, yes. I think our tail is hidden by our shell, is kind of the problem, but... Jesus, took him down real quick, didn't we? One vote for a reroll, one vote for more eyes. I actually think I'm gonna overrule both of you. And we're gonna go for Forager. We've already leveled up again. Minimal joints are for suckers. Welcome back, Libfo. I need a tiebreaker. Do we reroll our stuff, or do we go for the prehensile tail upgrade? Since you're back, Limfao. Also, if you're watching me on PC, you should just be able to click on the thing if a poll is active. The poll's ended now, but should be a thing. It's to the side overlaying your affinities over here. Oh, that's how I see the evolutions we've got already. I see. I'm a little disappointed that we haven't seen more exoskeleton. Little vote button. I see. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna go with the tail, just because I wanted to see what this does. Arboreal gives us 30% speed for trees nearby, or increases stone damage by 75%. We don't throw rocks, though, is the thing. We could throw rocks. Or we could skip it and just get 10 mutagen points and not get a specialization. Because neither of these seem great to me at all. I just want to throw rocks, though. That's fine. You missed it, said Stoner. Ah, well. Yeah, it gives us more damage for throwing rocks by 75%. But that's okay. That's not like the hugest deal because we can throw rocks. Like, that's not a big deal. We just got to pick that upgrade. We ate a deafening mushroom at some point as well. Oh gee, I can't read. Don't listen to me. What do you mean? Oh, you voted for the reroll? Is that it? Look how far away we are when eating stuff. That's crazy, dude. Crab. Crab. Ooh, see, here's a tough choice. Last level of more mass or more crab. That's a tough choice. Lymphouse says more crab. A sand shark did not like us. Man. Why you guys keep doing this to me? Vote again. Outvoted this time, Lympho. Everybody wants spines. We get spiky. Dickhead. We ate another deafening mushroom somewhere. Hi, Geen. How you doing, buddy? Plating, huh? Ooh, this is another good one. What do we think here? Forager stomach, subcutaneous fat, or we got one vote for a reroll? I'm gonna go with reroll this time. See, we could do the stone throw. I want to try it out. Oh, we immediately get a specialization as well. On Stoner Kill, gain 0.5 physical damage and ability damage permanently. Damn! Like, why would you ever not take that? Holy shit. Stinger Jaws or Forager level 2. I'm gonna go with Forager on this one. They're so big, dude. Our feeding range is so huge. Did you guys see how far away I was eating food from, like, all over the place? He
big, huh?
Okay, let's get out of the sand. I was kind of tired of getting attacked by sand sharks. Ooh. Legendary level antlers, or we could get dexterous or tentacles. Tentacles it is. Agile, forager, or pollinator. I think we'll finish out forager. Got it. Stomach cortex agile, or upgrade, or reroll. I think I'm going to go for a blue stomach. Can I eat that mushroom, please? Thank you. Stomach, more eyes, or stoner? Get stoned! I think he died to our poison sting. Or our spines. Slithery? If we do slithery, we can't get legs, though. And legs is more crab. Snake is funny. Fair enough. Okay, how about flip a coin? Ready, Geen? It was heads. An egg? High-roading meat. I don't care if it spawns a boss. Haha! Better immune system or he pinch. You are a horrifying little man. He's cute. Darwin's cute. He's a little spooky. Only because he's a horrible abomination from beyond space-time, but, like, doesn't mean he's not cute. Revenge, Prehensile Tail level 3, or whining. I think I'm gonna go for Prehensile Tail. I like being able to just, like, eat everything from across the map. It's been really funny. We could go back to using the trunk. I mean, we could use it at any time. I just swapped it out for the crab claw just to see. Having extra range is kind of nice. But surprisingly, Stoner's been pretty good so far.
Antlers, pack, detachable tail, upgrade, or reroll. Detachable tail it is. Stoner level 4 or plated level 5. Or upgrade or reroll. Maximum level plated it is. Revenge, Pincher, Stoner level 4, upgrade reroll. I think this time I'm going to go with Stoner. Regen tissue, antlers, trunk level 3, upgrade, reroll. Trunk it is. Crab. We need as many limbs as possible. That's fair. Ooh, alpha level 2 or tentacles level 4. We got the crabkin coming up again. You guys are much better at doing this than I am, apparently. Excuse me. Tentacles. A delicious mushroom. Tail level 3, regen tissue, stoner level 5, upgrade reroll. None of those really improved as much as I was hoping they would. Figure we might as well use our points since it's, you know, the last boss. What's our regeneration at right now? 1.2 or 12? I think it's 12. So we get 14.3 health every 10 seconds. I think here at the end our survivability is going to be key, so I'm going to go with regen. I want to be mostly in grass if I can. Trunk level 4, stomach level 2, or cortex, which will give us more ability score. Trunk it is. I agree. I think it's time to start investing in the Cataclysm. Ow.
Okay, as much as the stoner was fun and all, I'm gonna switch it for our trunk attack because there's just too many guys around. See, this one's kind of actually hard because the last level of shell resistance or damage resistance from the shell might also be worth it. Maybe. Like, I don't fucking know. Got 26% cataclysm resistance. Extreme file it is. Woo! God damn. That's pretty good though. Not bad at all. Heck yeah. Well shoot, with your guys' help I just beat 2 levels. Pressures? Whatever. Tracker evolution. Crab success. Crab success indeed. I had a good time with all of that. Thank you guys. I think that's probably where we're gonna end up leaving it for today, but I think we did pretty damn good. All of these guys are the creations that we've won with the exception of maybe 1 or 2. Pretty cool. Pretty sweet. Apparently our prehensile tail is pretty good. And we favor getting chunky. That's fun. Wow, I died a lot in Challenge 3. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, yeah, I think I'm gonna be done for today. I know the stream's been kind of short, but I am all of a sudden like
starving. And it's been a day, you know? It's just been a day. But I appreciate all of you guys. I really do. You make it a lot better, a lot easier to handle. I really appreciate you all. So, in the meantime, this has been Everything is Crab. I've been Griff. You've been you. I love you all. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. We'll be playing some Darktide, probably. Back to the 41st millennium we go, you know? Anyway. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.